In a previous episode, we've spoken about the dangers of dating a married man. Now, there are levels to these things, eh? When you get to 30 years, Zulu will be telling us why it's even more dangerous. Now, this is based on a question that was posed to Zulu by this lady who's in her 30s and insists on how this relationship was physical, not physical, just emotional, and they were there for each other, and it went on for a bit. And this lady at some point says, you know, Mimi, I want this relationship to end because I don't want to be the reason that you are divorced, or I don't want to cause the pain in your marriage, so I'm stepping away. And the married man says, why? Where is this coming from? I can't believe you're doing this to me. I can't let you do this to me. So it's a back and forth of an illicit affair between a 30-plus woman and a married man. So this sort of like sets the base for this conversation. Why it's unacceptable. Why you shouldn't, as a 30-plus lady, be dating a married man. Mm-hmm.
So, we said childish habits are very ugly when they show up with a grown-up.
Yes, you did.
They're irritating even when they're with a child. The child is spilling milk all over here.
Yes.
We clean it while feeling irritated.
Yes.
What if it was a grown-up? My friend, can you clean up your mess?
Yes.
And you think how you are going to live.
That's true. Yes.
So,
yes.
Today we are discussing some things, and it's not acceptable to date married people even when you are whatever age. The cost will be severe. There's another discussion we had there. The 19-year-old was talking about the husband to her cousin. Yeah. And how she ended up getting involved and dragged on, and her life veered in the wrong direction. And she's trying to recollect. And so there's no time that is good. But today we are discussing why with the youngsters we emphasize guidance, advice, patience, prayers, exorcism. With young people, we emphasize external forces manipulating them. We blame the grown-up who came seducing them with 200 shillings, the one who deceived them with carrying them in a car, the one who sent them something they could not receive, the one who promised to give them a job. Yes. So when they are young, we blame every demons, manipulative people. So you can see our daughter is young. Why did you? You know, we can even go there and rough them up for deceiving our daughter.
You know?
With the young group, we are focusing on the lion. Where is the lion? Check the lion not to come in. You know, let's maintain prayers. We hope they cross this stage. So, when you have this girl in campus who just graduated, she's just 22, she's just 23, you keep reminding her, remember. Yes. Remember, invite her for fellowship, to keep her in the right company. Let's just pray. Sometimes you go to church, not for yourself, but for the one you're going with. You will not have gone midweek, but there's a person you need to keep on track. And parents call, have you checked on our daughter? Just make sure, you know, nowadays they are easily deceived, and then they're given small money, and now, you know. We know. And we see the Mubabas giving them some small money, and because they're looking for a shortcut, let me pay a house for you. She thinks it's free gift. A friend has paid a house for me. Because of the innocence, they think it's just free gift. And the guy who paid the house tomorrow pays again and asks to visit, and he spends over, and that's all. And then I realized I was pregnant. All of a sudden, stops calling. So with the young group, we try very hard. It's a community. Knowing there are vulnerabilities that are coming from the age. All right? Yeah. And we cross fingers, we watch, we pray, we listen. Yes. Ask any parent who has a 20-year-old anywhere in the university. The moment they call you, stop your business and pick. Yes. You know? Yes. There's a delicateness that happens when a child is under 10, they don't know the fire. And when they are out there in the world now, and they're not even yet 25, and they don't know the fire of the world. That's true. At home, it was the fire and the flask and the things that can hurt and the door. So you are physical. Wait, check, don't fall. But when they step out there, it's after secondary school. They're just in the university wondering, do they know how to watch over themselves? Could they lack some money? You say printing money, the other one ran out. Give me a few hours, I'll send you. For now, just say, use that 200, then I'll add you. You work very, and we're talking about a responsible parent, not these runaway people.
Yeah.
Any sober parent, there's another sensitivity when the child is just fresh in the world.
Yeah.
And you can't see them day in, day out. You wonder how they slept. Have you eaten? Are you guys okay? You know, sometimes the university here strike, unrest. So you want to make sure the phone is not about a crisis.
Yeah. Yeah.
That we are caught up in a crisis and I need to run.
Yes.
You know, we have seen tragedy where some of those children are killed or hurt or injured in this mayhem on drinking. So you're wondering, is it her calling or another person calling on her phone to say, we found your daughter?
Yes.
You know, so during that period, we are all sensitive and hopeful.
Yeah.
You know, when they begin to graduate, get a job, you say, oh, thank God.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't tell them, but that is a feeling. That is a feeling of every parent.
Yes.
You know, when your son comes, you're checking the mood, whether he's okay or he brought a crisis. He wants to send you the other side because he got a child there.
Yes.
Because he made somebody pregnant.
God.
When somebody calls you and are you the father to Simon? Yes.
What has he done?
You know, you can't even, at that time, anything can happen.
Yes.
Because they're out there. They're out there. So youngsters are delicate because they're naive. Now, the problem with the reproduction and health, it matures before thinking health so that people can conceive here before they conceive.
Yes, I see.
And being our children, it falls on us. So you're seated there vulnerably. You're vulnerable to anything this person does. Even if they're arrested by police, we are told you are the father too. You know? So the reason you see parents crying at graduation, crying at weddings, it's the consummation of all those tension. They're thanking God for the journey. And they have seen how many dangers have happened to other children, and they have been maintained safe.
Yeah.
That is what a parent is feeling. You don't just conceive in the womb, we also conceive in the womb of our soul, our heart. We carry them in our hearts. And imagine now when you have two of those out there. You know?
Yeah.
And even later, even when they're married, the duty of care may have reduced, but does not go away.
It doesn't.
Even when they're married, they're getting children still here. Hey, how are you? Yes, are you? Okay, you guys will talk. You know, you feel, and that's why parents insist, always check on us.
Yeah.
Parents want you to call them, not just for checking on them, although they're using that language, really to know whether you're okay.
Yeah.
The real aim is to know, Mikali called this morning, she's okay, and then the parents are happy now. Mikali said they're doing well, she said to greet you.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not even so much money you send. Many of these parents can feed themselves the little they have. They can feed from the shamba, they can get food. Sometimes they even send you more things than you send them. They send you goodies from the farm. You know, they just said, please speak, we have sent so and so, he was coming to Nairobi. So you have sent a neighbor. You know, it's coming to Nairobi. And for them is how well you're doing, how well you're doing. So with youngsters, we care and we worry and we pray. And if something happens, there's almost an understanding that that's a mistake just because they're innocent. They're too young.
Yeah.
But as you grow, we expect you're maturing. You've graduated maybe, you're in the job world. And most importantly, not just mistakes, you have taken over the control of your life. They are no longer the ones paying bills for you.
Yes.
You know if you acquire another responsibility, what it will cost you. So that time, dating a married man was all about money or the fun or the feeling or the way he has helped you, he has mentored you. The reasons youngsters give you feel like vomiting. You know?
Yes.
I was talking to Anne this morning and she's listing the reasons why she's dating that guy. You know, her family, his family already knows me. My family already knows him. Now the church already knows we are dating. I mean, I fear that if we wake up, it will be too nasty. And I can't deny that I genuinely love. The love is at peak.
Yeah. Allah.
They can't afford solutions
So
for the problems they're creating.
What do they want? Because it seems everything is okay.
No, they don't know what they want. You can't ask any question for that group.
Because the church knows, my parents know, your parents know.
So why
love is at the peak?
So why are we here? Why did you come to me? They came on one condition: validate.
Oh. or I need Zulu to rubber stamp it that it's okay.
Or to tell him how he can somehow make the guy stop cheating.
Oh.
I know we can work it out. Just wondered,
wait.
how can I deal with a guy who is... But the love is a peak, eh?
Oh, yeah.
And he's cheating, yeah?
And he's married. So he's cheating and cheating on the cheating.
So, this one, the guy was not even married.
Oh.
And I told her to keep this paragraph as it is.
Okay.
Just keep it there for some 2 years or something.
Yeah.
Return to it, and you will throw up. When you see the nonsense you're talking. I said, this is too much childish talk about love when you should be talking about your development, your personality, where you're going, your dreams, your visions, how you are crafting to change your generations to stand out, how you want to fly the flag of your family, make your parents proud, where you want to position yourself, the scholarship you applied in Australia, Sweden, what you checked in South Africa, what guys are doing down there. Now you want to take me to the nonsense of at 23. But this is not mandatory. Should you want also to continue marriage, my friend, go on. Funny, greatness is for those who choose. It's not for the chosen few, it's for the few who choose. And I told her, I'm looking for the group they can climb up. You know, a guy from US wrote at night, it was day there. So I woke up to message him telling, man, I gave him the energy because he always looked weird when he's telling guy he's not dating his friends, he's not dating, he's scaling up until for him it was about 28, I told her, you almost got it right, man. That's about the right age for looking for, you know, and he told me that's why I'm in the US. I applied for these scholarships day and night when my friends are busy with their relationships.
Yes.
You know, and I got to impress the right people because of my focus. You know, now I got permanent residence here. I have job offers because of my youth and my energy. You know, they know the young people are more available, so they give them better packs.
Yeah.
They can be sent anywhere in the world. They don't have family.
That's true.
And they're very energetic and flexible and teachable. So they may not be experienced, but if you guide them, you can manage 5 of them when you're seated in the office and achieve a lot of things. Those companies here, they are very wise. They know these youngsters. If you train them and send them, they risk everything. They camp there. They sleep on site in the car. A person with a family can't do that. They have to go home because it's for. So because of how versatile they are. They're sent out, and many times we send them from Africa and they don't come back because the guys there offer them $500,000 pay. This is to say why it becomes after your parents have withdrawn and they're hoping now you can relate his colleague adults and they give you wisdom of life.
Yes.
Not financial support or checking on you every morning, but wisdom of life. Even chicken reach a point they chase away these young ones. Go now to learn a way to struggle on your own. I protected from the egos.
Yes.
Now you are heavy enough to fight off and hide.
Yes.
I hope you've learned the language of survival.
Yes.
That's the mom is saying. After that, Mikali, something becomes, the consequences transfer to you. There before, should you mess up, we had to mobilize support and try to help you get back on your feet. So the first problem of dating people you have no future with, married people, when you are past 30, or I used 30 is just as an image of, but it can be 27, any age that you know how the world operates. You're no longer 19, 20, who we can say they were lured. Perhaps people always date these people unavailable because of money, naively thinking is free money. Thinking, and not thinking you're entering a sexual network. The other person could be cheating, or these guys could be cheating several people, finished with the other, now coming to you. How much exposure you're being plugged into by just dating this married person. It's a sexual network. You're not 3 of you. If he's cheating with you, how many others can he cheat with? How many others? This is his life.
Yes.
You imagine him being infected with viruses by old people, STIs by old people, when you have not even tasted life, you have not even seen life, or being poured into energies. Some of these energies are very infectious. Sometimes you do not have problems of anxieties and anger and irritations and fear until you started later. And people actually documented, somebody researched whether there's any transference of attributes, negative traits through this kind of sexual entanglements and affairs. And he found it was very high, recording about 67%. People recalling saying, before that person, one guy is one who told me, before I slept with this woman, I never used to have this craving. Now I'm into pornography. I must have sex. And then before I was a very self-controlled man. What is happening, man? And I say some of these things are very spiritual. The exchange of energies. So you could risk that from a person who is 60 or who has lived their life, who is going on in their life. You just arriving for some few paltry coins because of your impatience, and the love of money is the root of all evil, and people by pursuing it pierce to themselves through with many sorrows. You pierce yourself through with sorrows because of love, greed for easy money. The other problem is where you are socially. Those days you are a small car. Small cars can turn anywhere, change turns, change lanes anyhow. And they just change. But when you have a transit, when you have a huge truck, you can't change lanes anyhow because it's a long thing. If you change here, the other one will be stuck, will be hit something. You have to calculate ahead and ask for check who is around. Sometimes the big truck drivers are stuck because they have left space here for the bigger, but the smaller guys can't see that the guy is trying to turn. So they keep getting here.
And now he cannot turn.
He keeps trying to communicate. They can't see. And one thing I was told by a guy who taught me driving, he told me whenever you see a huge truck ahead, sometimes he's doing mathematics you can't see. Give him space. Don't come too close. Don't keep. And sometimes his brakes can stop working. They use the hydraulic systems. It's not like this one. Sometimes the hydraulic is just off. So don't trail him up the hill and something fails.
Then he comes tumbling down.
And they kept telling me the reason they keep wearing those reflectors although they are driving is because it's like they are riding something. They get thrown away. So when the rescuers come, they need to see where the person was thrown. That's why they wear it. Imagine.
Did not know that.
Imagine, because he's in there and during the when accident happens, the task to throw.
Oh my goodness.
People need to know there is still a person there who needs rescue. Even if he had belted and is somewhere, they need to see something shining. The other dynamics with the huge vehicles and older life, and when you become a bigger person, the higher you become, the bigger you become, the more the other dynamics that were not present there that you need to pay attention to. One of them is this. If now you entangle yourself with a married person and you want to go away, where will you go? There before you used to migrate to the other side of town. You had nothing to carry. You could move anyhow. It was just a single bed sitter with just a mattress and you've moved tomorrow. The guys who rent single rooms, they tell me they're very hard to manage. People run away at the end of the month. So they hide because they have nothing, just a paper bag and a mattress. They disappear. They can move without as if they're not moving. Other guys have a lot of goods. They call the lorry. By the time they mobilize and move, you have learned they are moving. This other fella just try and go. So how do you know? When you are 21, you are just, all of you was this a suitcase and you left. To avoid a person who is nagging you, you could move to the other state. Where will you move now when you have a house, you have a job, social connections, church positions, leadership? You are too old now to move around. So stop starting things that will poison your environment and force you to migrate when migration has already become impossibly expensive. Mikali, where will you go now, for example, today? Where will you hide? They can see you in a show. So they wait, they know now you're in a show, so they wait outside there. Because you have become so visible and you have built something, you must behave. Because if you keep attracting enmity, it will force you to run and demolish what you have already invested. And you'll never move. The second problem, that's just logistical and practical. And the reason, the other problem is married people have little to lose. Sometimes it's just maybe the small monies they're giving you. And if you are naive enough, many women who date married men at their 30s are not after the money. Many of them talk about dry spell, emotional support. They talk about somebody to talk to. He supported me when I was looking for my job, when I was trying to settle. Sometimes they even work in the same place, maybe he's a boss or something. So it was something very minor. And she just makes it out of all this and thinks, me, I don't trouble their family. Maybe he can even badmouth the wife, say she does not do ABCD, they are parting ways, they sleep in different bedrooms, they are together because of children. People, the same narratives that were used 100 years. So you hear a grown up narrating them. They talk, they are parting ways. He was forced to marry them because of a child. His parents wanted. I never wanted this marriage. And they're still together, my friend. I was telling there was one lady, these things are already making you look like a fool. These are married people, forget about it. So a grown-up, when the moment they get entangled with that person and they realize they want to get out, this person will cling and they can play dirty and muddy sling and make your life difficult because maybe they have organized their life until their family is far away. They're just here. And because you are this grown, you are a fat catch.
Yeah.
Why? You don't trouble. You know, when he goes to these young ones, they have mood swings. They call at night when they're crying.
Yes.
They need money too often. When you don't call, they are moody. They can text at night or talk to your wife to punish you.
Yes, I'll call your wife.
This grown up, he has some reserve. Lives her life. She doesn't call at night.
No.
She doesn't text too much.
No.
She does not even need the money. She will understand when you don't have money.
Yes.
And she will ask you whether you actually paid fees for the children.
Yes.
She will want you to make sure you're taking care of your family.
Yes.
So these grown-ups don't accept side chick positions normally, unless it's the greedy type who want a pound of flesh in your heart. The Portia story.
Yes.
Something that has the potential to kill you.
Yeah.
But you did not know what you're negotiating.
Yeah.
You know, the Judah story. Negotiating thing is all about a staff, a stick. And yet, what he's risking is what was given the leadership, the kingship. Now, what makes this very expensive is because your life is budding, still virgin, so to speak, still not cultivated, still your marriage life has not begun. This person's life is almost sterile. They have reached places of cheating and infidelity and places of betraying the family, places of your record is clean. Abigail told David, this Nabal guy you are running after, he is as foolish as his name. And he will die in his own foolishness. Why? Your record is as clean as that of an angel. Why mix up with this kind of fella? And you are very favored by God. Go back, let God fight your battles. And she won in fact, oh my God, I've not only obeyed your counsel, I've also respected you personally. Yes. You know? And so he died in his foolishness. You know? Sometimes you are the David who is running after a very foolish person. And I'm the happy guy with Mwekali here telling you, hey, look, the fool you're running after.
Yes. Yes.
His own lifestyle will kill him. Will destroy what everything he has built. You are as clean as that of an angel. You don't have this kind of baggages. Yes. Why let a person drag you to their level? Let God deal with some of this. So it's to say, the second problem is that it's a bad deal in that you are beginning, this person is ending.
Yeah.
The third problem is the delay, the emotional, the guilt conscience. You will know you're hurting another family and wondering whether you're planting the seeds for your family to be done that way one day. The guilt conscience of knowing this is not the life you wanted, you're not a prostitute. The knowing, the awareness of what you're doing. And we don't want to talk about children because even when there's pregnancy now, your social status has been changed permanently, the trajectory of life. It's our whole story, but don't go there for today. Let's just talk if it was 6 months affair, like she was saying. 6 months. Those 6 months, you were not available emotionally to other suitors. No. That was the person occupying your space, occupying your mind, occupying your communication, occupying your free time, occupying your emotions, occupying your mind, your space. And usually because you can't go to their place, usually come to your place, they occupy, and neighbors see you have a man at night and all that. So even if it was 6 months, that 6 months you are out, you are distracted from your dating market. And as I told you, these are spiritual world. Things are calculated to withdraw you from the market when your destiny connection was around. Even if you break after the 6 months, you can't heal immediately. There's another 6 months of recovery, of trying to cleanse your conscience and make peace again and repent and come back to your principles and restore. And the problem is, if you violate your principles too soon, you lose confidence in yourself. And it affects your self-esteem. It affects how you glow. And you may be approached by a good person and you run because you feel dirty and undeserving. Be very careful. Mikali, the person I want you to behave for is yourself. So that you can allow yourself to walk into precious doors, knowing you are a precious person as well. You can't walk to pure things when you know you are dirty. The moment a guy tells you he has not had that dirty past, you will go judging yourself in secret, block him, and disappear.
The guilt.
Please, live right, so that when you find the person who has lived right, you don't feel undeserving.
Yeah.
And the reason, what those women do is they lure you into sex so that they can feel like they have something to offer you. Then they also feel now more guilt and conflicted, and it breaks up. A woman who is self-respected and said, I'm preserving myself for marriage, wins the respect, even if she has another former life before she realizes herself. Even if she has a child. And she's the principle she's living by. One lady was asking, oh, my relationship never last. These guys go silent on me after just a few months. Why am I not finding serious people? No. And all of them are intimate. The relationship, they do get sex, do have sex. I ask her, when you're behaving so cheap, would you ask him for serious people for who? They're not looking for a person like you. They usually come close thinking you're anything. After a short interaction, they realize you're just empty. And they run. They're just responding to the emptiness they encountered in their life. You're empty of morals and principles. Let me repeat. Let me repeat. You may say dry spell and all that, but if you go quenching your dry spells on everyone, nobody will ever count you worthy to invest their life on. You need to control your urges, you need to control yourself, and abstinence and waiting means learning self-control, so learning patience also. And the conclusion I would put to this discussion is this. If you are hoping to marry, respect the union. You can't insult other people's union and hope to be blessed with one of your own. This world is spiritual. The spirits that govern. Remember, you are a spirit and you are created by another spirit called Elohim in his own image. Like him, you're a spirit like him. If you violate and insult the union, you'll be disqualified from your own. If you continue blatantly crossing the borders and behaving like you don't respect loyalty, don't respect fidelity, don't respect, even if it's not the prayers and the curses and tears of the women with whom you're participating the husband to violate them, to hurt them, even if it's not those prayers, that act itself attracting the energy of cheating will make you never find a settled union because you unsettled other people's unions.
So in summary, this is what we're saying. The higher you go, the more discipline is required of you. You can no longer be riding every infatuation and crush like you used to do in your previous life.